before we get started, please bear in mind that Bill and Hillary Clinton are two of the greatest, most prolific, liars in the history of American politics. Theirs is a history of duplicitous statements and behavior, an endless stream of falsehoods, that began way back in the 1970s and continues to the present day. Heck, their very name has become synonymous with fudging the truth in the form of the word Clintonian. If you believe a single phrase that flops out of Hillary Clinton's mouth, you are a fool. Again, before we get started, please also bear in mind that 98% of President Trump's media coverage is negative. CNN and MSNBC have become 24-hour Trump-bashing networks, and base virtually all of their ratings upon that decision. NBC, ABC and CBS toe the same line in all of their news broadcasts, leaving only Fox's primetime opinion lineup as a Trump-friendly zone. Yet, despite all of the above, Hillary Clinton is angry. She feels that the media, upon which she previously placed partial blame for her 2016 loss, is not doing enough to destroy the current president. And those media members who have curried favor with the two-time presidential loser have to get smarter about how they attack Trump. From The Guardian, the Republican Party has collapsed in the face of Trump, she said. Clinton also criticized Trump's repeated attacks on the press, behavior she suggested had echoes of authoritarian and fascist political leaders who erode faith in facts and evidence. She said Trump has proved himself skilled at tweeting and insulting and dominating the news cycles and said he was too often left unchallenged by the press. Listen, no one is being forced to like Trump. No one has to agree with everything he says or does. But you'd have to be bitter, angry, and untethered from reality to seriously make a claim that the press is letting him slide. The reality is that, despite all of his economic successes, the president is facing the most hostile media landscape in the history of the United States. That's not a judgment either. You can say it's a good thing, or it's a bad thing, but to deny it is simply ridiculous. Hillary says that, when the press does push back against the president, it needs to do so more effectively. Reporters have been slacking off when it comes to attacking the man who taught her the location of Wisconsin. The former Democratic presidential nominee specifically called out CBS 60 Minutes over its interview with Trump last month for not asking the president about a major New York Times investigation into alleged tax dodging in his family real estate empire. I have a high regard for 60 Minutes and for Lesley Stahl, who's a terrific journalist, Clinton said, before noting there was not a single question about the New York Times story. So at some point, the press has to get smarter because that's basically how most voters get their information, she said, adding that often the quest for balance resulted in facts being relegated in favor of opinion. If you're into both-sidism, so, you know, on the one hand this, and on the other hand that, really there's no factual basis, there's no evidence, there's no record. Everybody lies. Everybody gilds the lily. It doesn't really matter. That just opens a door to somebody like him. The lack of self-awareness here is genuinely stunning. Even for Hillary. The media has been carrying her water since well before her husband was president. It's been glossing over her failings, excusing her fabrications, and regurgitating her talking points since at least the 1980s. She has been granted a free pass that virtually no one else, save perhaps Barack Obama, has ever enjoyed. Yet here she is, whining again. For the record, I don't like it when Trump lies. I didn't like it when Obama lied, Bush lied, or Bill lied. I'm also well aware that the old saying, about a politician lying when his lips are moving, is absolutely true. But let's not pretend that the Clintons aren't exhibit A when it comes to duplicitous politicos. This is really about her loss in 2016, and her hopes for 2020. Make no mistake, Hillary is thinking about another run. Here, she's warning the press that they need to do more to shut down her potential opponents. For Hillary, somebody like him means people who will call out my political history and use it to beat me.